Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@of Affairscloud.com. This is our email ID.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 22nd and 23rd of January. The session will be very interesting, so do pay attention till the end. First friends, we'll go for the revision part and then we'll go for the important current affairs of the day. In this friends, I'll suggest you all to make notes. This is a very good habit that will fetch you a good return in the long term. Let's start. First, we are talking about Mukesh Ambani. We know he is the chairman of Reliance Industries Limited and he is the first among the Indians and second globally on the brand guarantee guardianship index for 2022. If asked that in the brand guardianship index 2022 who secured the top position in India, he will be Mukesh Ambani, and what his rank will be globally, that is all around the world, he is on the second position. Next is we are talking about an inaugural exercise, that is the first edition of this exercise, that is exercise Cyclone 1. Where was this exercise held? This exercise was held in Rajasthan, and this Cyclone 1, it is an inaugural exercise that is held between India and Egypt. Alright, highly important. This is an exercise that was held between India and Egypt. It is known as Cyclone 1. That is the first edition of this exercise. Alright, India, Egypt, and it was held in Rajasthan. Next is Kaustav Chatterjee. He became the 78th Grandmaster of India. Alright, important. And he became 78th Grandmaster in MPL 59th National Senior Chess Championship. Moving on, next we are talking about Canara Bank. She has won the World Rapid and Blitz Championship for 2022 and she became the first Indian to win a medal for India in the World Blitz Championship. Now remember, question can be asked that who became the first Indian to win a medal in the World Blitz Championship? She will be Canara Bank. Another question can be asked here is that she won which medal? It will be your silver medal. Then next question can be asked here is that who, or name the person who has won the first medal for India at the World Blitz Championship. So Canara Bank. And then from which sport she is related to? If asked, then she is related to chess. Where was this World Blitz Championship held? It was held in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Next we are talking about Ostra Hind. Ostra Hind is an exercise that is held between India, as the name suggests. Ostra means Australia and Hind means India. So between Australia and India, this exercise was held. Next, Harimau Shakti. Harimau Shakti is a joint military exercise held between India and Malaysia. I repeat, between India and Malaysia, the exercise that is held is Harimau Shakti. Alright, and where was this held in 2022? It was in Pulai Kulang, Malaysia. That means in Malaysia only, this Harimau Shakti 2022 that was held between India and Malaysia. Next is Nasim Al Bahr. Remember, the 13th edition of this bilateral exercise, this was conducted between Indian Navy and Oman Navy. What is the name of the exercise? Nasim Al Bahr. Next, Agni 3. Agni 3 is the name of the intermediate range ballistic missile, and recently where this exercise for the where this or test for this intermediate range ballistic missile Agni 3, as you can see in the picture, was held. It was from APG Abdul Kalam Island of the coast of Odisha. Mark this also. Question can definitely be asked from this particular topic. Then next, remember, recently Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, the Director General of Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, Payal Kanwar, has been conferred with the French National Order in order to increase the relationship or in order to increase the trade between these two countries, between India and France. Recently, by French National Order, Director General of Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, as you can see here in the picture, Payal Kanwar, has been conferred with the French National Order. Alright, highly important market. Then next is Garuda Shakti. Garuda Shakti, this is an exercise that was held between India and Indonesia. Alright, and this was a training that was held in Karawang. Next thing you need to remember, friends, both India and Indonesia, they both have cheap labors. Alright, they both have the potential to become the next China of the world. Even now, there was a news recently that Tesla has shifted their production, or they have chosen Indonesia over India for the manufacture of their Tesla. So that's all for the revision part, friends. Now let's go to the important current affairs of the day. First, export obligations has relaxed for hotels, health, education sectors under EPCG scheme. What is this? First of all, remember EPCG. EPCG is your export promotion capital goods scheme. What here the news is saying is that for the year 2020 to 2021 and from 2021 to 2022, these sectors will not be required to maintain an average export obligations for the EPCG authorization issued to them. They will also have to obtain to extend the export obligation period for a longer duration without having to pay any additional fees. The export period would be extended from the date of expiry of the duration to equivalent to the number of days export obligation period falls within 1st of February 2022, 31st of March 2022, and the reason being lockdown, because during that time whole world, whole earth was under lockdown and exports were also halted. Alright, then remember the central government has relaxed these export obligations under the EPCG scheme for the hotels, healthcare and educational sectors. And the sole reason for this particular news that you need to remember is that due to the lockdown, that due to the COVID-19, all the restrictions and the lockdown that were held and all the negative impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the export activities, this step was taken. Next is Ministry of Consumer Affairs issued new guidelines for social media influencers. Earlier, friends, what used to happen was that all those social media influencers, what they used to do is that they will tie up with any brand and they will take cash, they will take or any gift from them, expensive gift. Say for example a Rolex watch, for example. This watch, only alone this watch costs more than 1 lakh rupees. All right, even a small mobile phone, say for example iPhone, is costing around 1,20,000 rupees. So what is this? And these people don't have to pay, then they don't pay tax on these items. But now what the central government has done is that even the gifts that are being received by these social media influencers will come under taxation. So let's read about it, that recently the Ministry of Consumer Affairs have issued the guidelines for the endorsements know house for social media influencer including celebrities, all right, for disclosing the promotional content of the products or services they endorse and their material connections with those. What now has been done is, if you remember FTX was a crypto company, all right, it was a crypto exchange, but now it is under dirt. Reason being that many people, first of all, there are certain reasons, you don't need to worry about it, but just remember this was a cryptocurrency exchange and it is under dirt now. And even many influencers, many social media persons, many actors, many big businessmen all around the world were promoting, doing endorsements for these company, that is FTF, even without knowing that how the company is running, what is happening behind the doors. Still these actors, these people, these social media influencers were promoting them. All right, now the government has stated that before they are promoting any content or product or service, and their material connection with those should be known. All right, basically they should not keep the public under dark. They should also know that what is good for the public, is that is a fake company going on, it is that a they, in order to basically keep a check on what kind of content is being promoted or what product is being promoted. Material connection with the brand covers monetary benefits, hotel stays, awards, employment relationships. All right, basically see, now what is happening is, if you are a social media influencer, a certain brand, say ABC, will contact you. That ABC brand will arrange your flight ticket, that ABC brand will arrange for your all the hotel stays, food, everything, all the goodies or accept the products that you will be getting. So all that material connection will also come under taxation now. All right, and what is the reason behind? As I just mentioned, for promotion activities the use of social media has been increased. So in order to ensure influencers do not mislead their audience and to avoid any unfair trade practices, these guidelines have been formed. All right, next. Before moving ahead, first of all, tell me what is STEM. STEM stands for Science and Teaching, Science and Technology, Engineering and Mathematics. So remember, AIF, that is your All India American India Foundation. AIF, American India Foundation, has inaugurated India's first STEM Innovation and Learning Center. And what is STEM? Science and Technology, Engineering and Mathematics. So AIF, that is your American India Foundation, inaugurated India's first STEM Innovation and Learning Center, that is SILC. This was launched or inaugurated under the scheme of Vanavil Mandram and launched drone and satellite launch vehicle mission at the government higher secondary school, that is MMDA colony in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I repeat, recently a DSLV. And what is this DSLV? That is drone and satellite launch vehicle was also launched this mission at the government higher secondary school, that is MMDA colony in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. This DSLV mission was mentored and launched by Padma Shri awardee Dr. M. Anudaraiji, the Moon Man of India. All right, and he is also the former director of ISRO. Moving on, next, India's civil, and one more thing, friend. Now, if you talk about this STEM, right? STEM is basically a scheme or a platform that was launched where girls will be encouraged to take part in this field. These are basically fields: science and technology. In that, it can be your physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, anything. All right, and engineering and mathematics. So, in order to encourage the participation of girls in the field of science, this STEM was launched. Next, India's Civil 20 engagement group inaugurated at Amritpuri, Kerala. I repeat, India's Civil 20 engagement group has inaugurated at Amritapuri in Kerala. Alright, the official engagement group of India's G20 leadership representing the voices of non-profit, voluntary citizens group in service to society was inaugurated in Amritpuri in Kerala. Alright, so India's Civil 20 engagement group. Alright, and this is a part of your G20 leadership. And if you remember, G20 presidency is with India. It will be from 1st of December 2022 till 30th of November in 2023. Alright, if we talk about C20, this is known as Civil 20, that is C20. The purpose here is to bring the concerns of the civil society organizations from around the world to the G20 Summit, which is set to take place in New Delhi September 2023. Here, C20 will basically collaborate with hundreds of CSOs from around the world to have a voice and to raise the common concerns and to promote sustainable development goals all around the world. Next, here you can see what is the purpose: to bring the concerns of civil society organizations from around the world in the G20 Summit, which is set to take place in New Delhi, September. Next, Jaipur Literature Festival for 2023. 16th edition of this festival has begun in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Now the direct question will be asked to you that where is the 16th edition of the Jaipur Literature Festival started? It is started in the state of Rajasthan. Which edition of the Jaipur Literature Festival has been started in Rajasthan in 2023? It will be the 16th edition of this festival. Alright, it is celebrating the power of literature, art, culture with basic a focus on the Indian languages. Alright, and Indian languages in the 8th schedule. Okay, and now date can be asked that from which date to which date this particular festival, that is the 16th edition of this Jaipur Literature Festival, is being held. It is from 9 to 23rd of January. This festival is being held in Jaipur, Rajasthan. This is the 16th edition of this Jaipur Literature Festival. This festival features variety range of women writers and their exemplary works. All right, next news is CCI, that is your Competition Commission of India, has approved the internal reorganization of the Kalyani Group. Direct question, friends. All right, question can be asked that CCI has recently approved the internal reorganization of which group? It is Kalyani Group. This deal has been cleared under the Green Channel route and automated approval system. Moving on to next news. Next is our Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. He's our Education Minister also. Dharmendra Pradhan ji has launched a book that has been titled India's Knowledge Supremacy by Dr. Ashwin Fernandes. I repeat, a book that is India's Knowledge Supremacy by Dr. Ashwin Fernandes. This book has been launched by Dr. Dharmendra Singh. Now the question can be asked that India's Knowledge Supremacy, the New Dawn, this book is authored by whom? It is authored by Dr. Ashwin Fernandes, author, and who launched it? This book was launched by our Education Minister. Book was launched during an event that was organized at Dr. Ambedkar International Center in New Delhi, and Dr. Ashwin Fernandes presented the rich educational heritage of India through his book, and which covers a lot of aspects of Indian knowledge system and the evolution of knowledge in India. Moving on, next is UN agencies has reported acute malnutrition threatens the life of more than 30 million children all around the world. All right, WHO released a report here, and it stated that acute malnutrition. Basically, malnutrition is when the body is not getting the right amount of nutritions in it. That means they are not able to eat the proper food. They have shortage of food. The food that is provided is not adequate. They do not have the right amount of minerals and vitamins in that body, or the right amount of other substance that are needed by the body, say for example protein, say for example carbohydrate, fats. So a person who is not able to get the right amount of nutrition into their body, and they are on heavy diet, basically you can say, because they are not getting the food to it because of various shortages that we are seeing all around the world. If question can be asked, friend, that due to the war that is between Russia and Ukraine going on, which is the cereal or which is that grain that was stopped the production, or that has been, that used to be exported from Russia and Ukraine to various parts of the world, but it came to a halt? It is your wheat. And we were seeing the shortage of wheat all around the world. Even for the fertilizers, pesticides, we were seeing the shortage all around the world because of this Ukraine and Russia war. So similarly, remember, it is not just even malnutrition, friends. You will be seeing in coming days reports about the water shortage also all around the world. People in even the remote areas of different parts of the world, even in Africa, you will be seeing that there the clean water is not available to the people. These individuals are drinking water from the area from where the animals drink, so they are not even getting the right amount of water to drink also, left alone washing and other purposes. So United Nation agencies, WHO, that called for a action for UN Global Action Plan on Child Wasting in an effort to accelerate the enactment of timely and decisive measures to safeguard the most valuable children in the 15 countries that are heavily impacted by the unprecedented food and nutrition crisis. Even if a person is not able to get the right amount of food, then you need to understand what will happen to the body is that it will stop developing the amount of nutrition that is required by our brain. He can also become disabled, or he can develop various other disease also. His cognition will also be heavily affected. So acute malnutrition or wasting affects more than 30 million children in the 15 worst affected countries. Severe wasting is the most dangerous form of undernutrition, affects 8 million of these children. Moving on, next is ICGS, that is your Indian Coast Guard ship Shaurya and Rajveer on a 6-day visit to Bangladesh. Highly important, friends. I repeat, ICGS, that is your Indian Coast Guard ship Shaurya and Rajveer. They are on a 6-day visit to Bangladesh. All right, that is from 13th to 19th of January, and this is as a part of a close cooperation between ICG and Bangladesh Coast Guard. That means in order to increase the cooperation between Indian Coast Guard and Bangladesh Coast Guard, ICGS Shaurya and Rajveer, that is the two Indian Coast Guard ship, has been on a visit to Bangladesh, and this will be a 6-day visit. And the basic aim here is to enhance cooperation and interoperability under the provisions of the Memorandum of Understanding signed between Indian Coast Guard and Bangladesh Coast Guard. If we talk about ICGS Shaurya, this is an advanced offshore petrol vessel designed and built by the Goa Shipyard Limited. It operates both Chetak and advanced light helicopter and has a long range endurance. If we talk about Rajveer, this is an inshore petrol vessel designed and built by GRSC, that is your Garden Rich Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited in Kolkata, West Bengal. This ship with advanced navigation and communication equipment, sensor and machinery imparts the capability for search and rescue, maritime law enforcement and maritime pollution response operations. Alright, so we can say this is an basically attack vessel, and this is basically a surveillance vessel, and it is an offshore petrol vessel, and this is an inshore petrol vessel. Next is RBI has released a data that stated that India remitted nearly $2 billion under the LRS scheme in November 2022. What is this LRS scheme? First of all, LRS scheme is basically liberalized remittance scheme. Under this LRS scheme that was of RBI, It was launched in the year 2004, and under this initial ceiling was of 25,000 US dollar. The LRS limit has been gradually revised to align with the current macroeconomic and microeconomic conditions. The scheme allowed the residents, including minors, to freely remit up to 250,000 US dollars each fiscal year for any permitted current or capital account transactions. All right. Now, remember the news that recently, according to the most recent RBI data, that is outward remittances under the liberalized remittance scheme for resident individuals, Indian remitted about 2 billion US dollar, that is around 1.99 billion US dollar in November 2022 under the LRS scheme. Outward remittances under the LRS increased 29% to USD 1.9 billion dollar from earlier in November 2021, that was $1.54 billion. Subsequently, the outward remittances under LRS increased around 3.5%. This data was released in January 2023 bulletin of the RBI. In simple words, we can say the amount of money that is going outside India from India to different parts of the world, and remittances that are coming from different parts of the to India have crossed or has touched a mark of $100 billion, and this is the country that is receiving the highest number of remittances. In this money, remember that almost more than 50% of the outward remittances made by Indians under this LRS in November 2022, they are attributed to the international travel. That means more money is being spent on the international travel. Next, remember recently RBI paper, just consider it like this, recently startup funding to rebound rapidly as per the data released by RBI. That means, as we know, during this time period, that is from the last few months and in the upcoming month also, we are seeing that many of the tech companies are laying off. We are talking about recession, we are talking about war, we are seeing inflation all around the world, even in many places, even in Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, you can see the situation of their economy is way worse. So recently we are seeing that all the tech companies are also in the dormant phase. They are not even hiring any new candidate, they are not even laying off, they are not able to report any profits. So recently data was released by RBI, and it stated that the fundraising in India for the startups are about to rebound rapidly. As per the paper titled What Drives Startup Fundraising in India, RBI in January 2023 stated that the startup fundraising in India is expected to rapidly rebound from the macroeconomics seen over the last 2 to 3 years. The paper is written by Rajas Shaurya, the Ashish Kharbogde, and Rekha Mishra, and Sakshi Awasthi and Surat Dhal. Key points, if we here talk about, as per the paper, the concerns about the macroeconomic and the financial stability may arise due to their rapid integration into the global supply chain and finance. Also, friends, if we are talking about, we are trying, or India is trying to become a industry. We know we have technology, we know that our digitization is also very strong, and even we are using UPI that has been accepted by more than 10 countries all around the world, so that they can also use the UPI if their international number is linked with their bank account. Next, even not just in this year, friends, even in the coming few years, it is stated that India will be growing rapidly. Even India's GDP growth rate for this year projected between 6 to 7% by various organizations, where you will be seeing in many countries you will be facing recession, where India will be growing around 6 to 7% annually. All right, it is a golden chance for India to become a financial hub also in the coming years, and even India's economy will be growing rapidly in the coming years. Next, remember RBI to direct inflation towards 4% target by the year 2024. That means the inflation in India is expected to be around 4%. All right, currently it is around 6 to 7%. All right, it is varying between them. But in the coming years, it is stated that by the year 2024, India is expecting the inflation to be around 4%. As per the data released by the State of the Economy that was published in January 2023 bulletin of RBI, it stated that the monetary policy objective of RBI is to keep inflation within the required tolerance and lead it towards the medium target of 4% by the year 2024. The first monetary policy milestone here is that inflation now falling aside 2 to 6 between 2 to 6% of tolerance band, and this will be the second target. The first target is to come it into between the 2 to 6% tolerance band. As the inflation will be high, the amount of money you are paying for certain goods, for certain services will keep on increasing. Just a small example, if you used to eat Maggie, earlier it used to cost, a single packet used to cost 14 rupees, but now it has been costing 15 rupees per packet. If you are seeing recently, there was a news that petrol prices in Pakistan has risen over to almost 32%, more than 32%. All right, and this is of just this month. In previous months also, the amount of money or the price of petrol has been increasing rapidly, and this is your inflation. When too much money is chasing the two goods, then the amount or the price of that particular good will increase. All right, when there will be high demand of a product, then also the product is in limited quantity, then also the value of that product, the price of that product will increase. So in order to keep a check on the inflation and to bring it under 4%, this is the target of RBI. Simple. Next is L&T Technology Service has been selected as the strategic engineering partner to Airbus. L&T Technology Service Limited, that is a subsidiary of L&T, has been selected as a strategic engineering partner to Airbus for providing advanced engineering capabilities and digital manufacturing services under a multi-year contract. Here, LTTS will support Airbus in key verticals and technology and for its ongoing commercial and innovation programs. Alright, simple. So remember, L&T Technology Services has partnered with Airbus. Alright, and this will be a strategic engineering partnership. Moving on, Canara Bank. Canara Bank has sold their entire 40% stake in CIBL to SBI. I repeat, Canara Bank has sold their entire 40% stake in the Russian joint venture, that is CIBL. And what is CIBL? Commercial Indo Bank LLC. I repeat, Commercial Indo Bank LLC, and they have sold their entire 40% stake to the SBI. The cash consideration for the transaction is equivalent to about 114 crore rupees. That will roughly translate to $14.67 million. The transaction is expected to be completed on before the 31st of March 2023. Post acquisition, SBI India, that is State Bank of India, will hold the 100% of this CIBL. Earlier it was 60%. Now they have purchased 40% of their stake. Now the total will be 100%. If we talk about Canara Bank, who is the non-executive chairperson? Vijay Shringanji. Where is the headquarter? It is in Bangalore, Karnataka. And when was this established? It was in 1906 that this Canara Bank was established. If we talk about SBI, who is the chairman of SBI? Dinesh Kumar Kharaji. Where is the headquarter? Mumbai, Maharashtra. And in 1995, this bank was established. Next, startup IG Drones has developed India's first 5G enabled drone, Skyhawk. I repeat, what is the name of the India's first 5G enabled drone? It is Skyhawk. Highly important. Alright, startup firm IG Drones, this is the name of the company. IG Drones has developed India's first 5G drone or 5G technology drone, 5G enabled drone. That is your 5G is your fifth generation internet. So with the help of this plane or India's first drone will be working, and the name of this drone is Sky Hawk. Alright, highly important. This is capable of vertical takeoff and landing and can be used in defense and medical applications and many other sectors. How in defense? For transport of payloads also. Even it can act as a bomb also. If you remember, recently I have told you multiple times that during the war, Russia has been using Iranian drones as a bomb, as a missile also, even in the various parts of Ukraine. All right, this Seahawk, it can carry a payload of to 10 kg and has an endurance of around 5 hours. That means on a charge it can go up to 5 hours. All right, then if asked that this drone, it can speed, or this can cover almost 100 kilometers in 10 to 15 minutes, varying upon its speed, even on the speed of your air that is in the atmosphere. So those things are also important. Next is your Geotel spacecraft, that is India's first joint mission of NASA and JAXA. NASA is of United States of America and JAXA is of Japan. So between the space organization of NASA, or between the space organization of USA and Japan, recently Geotel A spacecraft, that is the first joint mission of NASA and JAXA, has retired after data recorder fail. I repeat, Geo spacecraft, the first joint mission of NASA and JAXA, retired after 30 years in orbit. The mission operation of Geotel was ended due to the failure of its remaining data recorder. This mission, as it has completed 30 years and has been retired, it was launched on 24th of July 1922. And what is the reason this is orbiting? As it is collecting the data sets on the structure and dynamics of the magnetosphere, Earth's protective magnetic bubble. And Geotel was originally slated for 4 years, but the mission was extended several times due to its high quality data return. Next, if we talk about sports, FIH partner with GSP Foundation for Hockey Development and Men's World Cup. I repeat, FIH has signed a partnership with GSP Foundation, the executing arm of the Jindal Steel and Power, for its development programs. FIH will work closely with GSP Foundation on some of the significant hockey development initiatives. The men's FIH Hockey World Cup will take place in 2023, or it is taking place right now in 2023. This is the 15th edition of it. It is being played from 13th to 19th of January 2023 in Bhubaneswar and Odisha. Alright, it is currently going on in Bhubaneswar and Rourkela. These are in Odisha. And apart from it, remember that this 15th edition, don't write this from 13 to 19. Remember, this is the 15th edition and it is in Rourkela and Bhubaneswar in Odisha. Alright, apart from this, remember, in Rourkela the biggest hockey stadium is being built of India, or it is in Rourkela. Alright, India's biggest hockey stadium. Next, Himachal Pradesh's target to become the first green energy state by 2025. Himachal Pradesh is aiming to become first green energy state by the year 2025. Who is the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh? Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu. Alright, and his target is to become the first green energy state by the end of 2025. This will be achieved by harnessing hydrogen, hydro and solar energy and switching on to green products that enhance the premium and advantage in exports. Alright, highly important. Also remember, Chief Minister has also directed Himruja to develop mechanism by seeking royalty for solar projects above 3 megawatt capacity to ensure the government of Himachal Pradesh gets financial benefits also. Next, remember, Ladakh's Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur has launched 14-digit ULPI in Ladakh. I repeat, R.K. Mathur, Lieutenant Governor of UT Ladakh, launched a 14-digit unique land parcel identification number, that is UL pin number, in Ladakh. This initiative was welcomed by both hill councils of Kargil and Leh. Basically, what is this? That each individual land will be having a unique ID number. All right, and this UL pin is a part of Digital India Land Records Modernization Program, that is a single authoritative source of truth for information on any parcel of land or property to provide integrated land services to the citizens as well as all the stakeholders. Now, friends, it's time for our current affairs one liner. All right, for revision. Export obligation relaxed for hotel, health, education sectors under EPCG scheme. Ministry of Consumer Affairs has issued new guidelines for social media influencers. AIF inaugurated India's first STEM Innovation and Learning Center in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. India's Civil 20, that is C20 engagement group inaugurated at Amritapuri. Jaipur Literature Festival 2023, 16th edition of this festival has begun in Jaipur, Rajasthan. CCI has approved the internal reorganization of Kalyani Group. Union Minister Dharmendra Singh has also launched a book, that is India's Knowledge Supremacy by Ashwini Fernandez. Next is acute malnutrition has threatened the lives of more than 30 million children all around the world. ICGS Shaurya and Rajveer, they are on a 6-day visit to Bangladesh in order to increase the cooperation between these two countries. Then India remitted nearly 2 billion US dollar under the LRS scheme in November 2023. That is the money that has been left India. Then startup fundraising to rebound rapidly as per the data released by RBI. Then RBI January 2023 bulletin stated that RBI to direct inflation towards 4% target by the year 2024. That is, the inflation is expected to be around 4% by 2024. L&T Technology Service selected as strategic engineering partner to Airbus. Canara Bank has sold their entire 40% stake in CIBL to SBI. Startup IG Drones has developed India's first 5G enabled drone, Skyhawk. Geotel spacecraft, that is the first joint mission of NASA and JAXA, has retired after data recorder failure. FIH has partnered with GSP Foundation for hockey development and men's hockey World Cup. Himachal Pradesh has targeted to become the first green energy state by 2025, and Ladakh's Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur launched a 14-digit UL pin in Ladakh. So that's all for the day, friends. Now it's time for your homework. First is India's first online gaming center of excellence is set up where? Which state government has implemented a policy for blindness control? Thiruvallar is famous poet of which language? Fourth, which union ministry runs the MARC, that is Mentorship Advisory Assistance, Resilience and Growth Platform? Fifth, Shang Zhongsheng, who was seen in news recently, plays which sports? So these are your 5 homework questions. I hope you have understood the assignment. All you have to do now is like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views on such sessions. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.